Mercury. Well, why the heck not? Come on, tell me, why not? Why, you say? Well, because it's fun. That's reason enough. Oh, and leave the mind behind while you're at it. You'll have much more enjoyment that way. The mind is a drag. It's always questioning things, making them answer for themselves. Well, guess what? You don't begin to know enough to do that successfully. So just forget it. Go out and play. Stepping out of the journal here, besides which, when you're encountering great beings of light, they're not likely to answer your questions that way. Not mind's questions. You're just not on the level with them when you're doing that. Okay. Leave your fear behind too. Until you get more comfortable with this, perhaps stay in the solar system close by. Get some practice and at not being that body you wear, yet staying quite close. Fear is a worse drag than the mind. They're both closely related. Did you know that? If you successfully leave mind behind, you will have no fear. Fear is a product of mind and of time. Oh dear, I've wandered rather far afield this time, haven't I? Well, while I still had my training wheels on, I'd do this using a meditation sheet I'd prepared. I guess I'll post that to Scribed. I don't know about recording it into a video. It would probably just make you dizzy. The ideas are too expansive to just go down through them that way. I might try it just to show you. Come into heart with me, friends. You'll wake up quicker that way. That's how I see it anyway. You do your own thing, but if you're here listening to me do mine, then please consider this. Heart is the way. It's no destination, not that, and it's no method either. And it's not a portal exactly, although it may be that too. I have to say, I don't know. I don't think it's the heart chakra I'm meaning either, but would you believe this? I don't know. There is more than one heart chakra. Did you know that? I've mentioned it before. Have you heard of the one called the secret chamber of the heart? Then there is also what some call the high heart, at about the thymus level in the upper chest. So, you see, it could be anything really, or none of that. I don't know, and guess what? That's right, I don't care. It just doesn't matter. That's all mind stuff, do you see? If you center in the center of your chest, you'll make contact with this. You will feel it. It begins to feel like there's a certain strange sense of mass or a subtle weight there, not something really heavy. That could be not such a good sign. Okay, now you know I have no use for fear, right? So don't even think of that on this site. Let me speak of some other things, but do promise to stay in heart and just refuse to listen if your mind tries to conjure up fear. You can just watch that. You don't have to join in the play. It is also true that there are negative entities and such things, such thought forms running around. Why don't I talk about these more often? Well, that's fairly simple. By raising your vibration, you will easily transcend, transmute, and escape them, mostly. They can't keep up with that, nor do they want to. It's only when you're in the dumps, the doldrums, that these things give you a hard time. You've heard it said, I'm sure, that love is the answer to every question. Well, it is also a great answer to this. Raise your frequency, your energy, enter heart. You will not encounter anything to fear or anything of fear while centered there. It's just not possible. I don't know if it's because your vibe is too high or what. I just know they can't enter there. You're in a whole new realm, a different realm, when you do your exploring through heart. When you do it through mind, well, I just can't answer for that. That's not what I do. That's not my way. Mine doesn't lead me where I want to go. So, okay, while you have your training wheels on with this stuff, it is helpful before you set off, and every day I do this upon arising, to consecrate your day or your journey to light. Do this however you will. Invite the light to participate with you there, to surround and enfold you in its protective rays. That works. Call to Archangel Michael if that's your way, or to the Lord Jesus, the Lord Krishna, or whatever light being you're comfortable with, or just to higher self. That works as well. Higher self works perfectly for this. It's just that as we start out, we often don't have sufficient faith in that, in higher self, in our source, or God self, or Christ self, or whatever you call the higher you. Thus, it pacifies the unsure part of us to call on other light beings too. Don't be afraid to be real with you. Just accept that which is. Work with that. Don't try to transcend things too fast. No need for that. There's a beautiful flow to things happening naturally. This is no race. There's no hurry. Just be yourself. So, it may help to look at some of these things first. See how you feel with them. Look from the heart. Bring them in there with you and have a good look. See what feels just right to you and what has you spooked. Then just look at that. Observe. And remember, don't push yourself. Loving you, that's what this is about, believe it or not. You'll find out yourself one day, but that's what this is. It is love inside of you, meeting love inside of each thing you meet, each planet, sun, and galaxy, each cricket blade of grass, and ET being as well. That's a manifestation of love, just like you are. Love meeting love. It's a guaranteed blissful thing when you're in heart with this. You might not notice the bliss quite at first. Things are too new, a bit uncomfortable, maybe too. But it's there, and that bliss will break through on you. One day, it'll be all over you. Love is us, my friends. Yes, we are the environment and so much more. Whatever it is, we are that. We are this and that too. And that's a guaranteed love at first sight thing if you work it right, which means go from the heart. Stay right there. That's where the magic carpet ride both starts and ends. And you'll find when you get back, you never left. No, not really, you didn't. Know why not? Because I am that I am. You never once left your own self. welcome home. Ain't life grand?